In a quiet town nestled between mountains, there lived a young man named Daniel. He had always dreamed of becoming a professional marathon runner, inspired by his father, who had once been a champion athlete. Since childhood, Daniel had trained tirelessly, hoping to make his father proud. But during a critical qualifying race, tragedy struck. Daniel fell hard, twisting his leg in a way that left him with a serious injury. Doctors told him he might never run again. The news crushed him. He spent months in physical therapy, feeling helpless as he watched his competitors continue their training. His coach and some friends advised him to accept reality and move on to something else. But deep inside, Daniel wasn't ready to give up. One evening, as he sat watching old videos of his father's races, he heard his father's voice in his mind. Son, champions are not the ones who never fall. They are the ones who get back up. Something clicked inside him. He decided that if there was even a small chance he could run again, he would take it. The next morning, before sunrise, Daniel limped outside and took his first painful steps. The road ahead was long and progress was slow. At first, he could barely walk without pain, but he kept at it, pushing himself a little further each day. His mother and a few close friends supported him, cheering him on as he struggled. Weeks turned into months, and what once seemed impossible started to feel within reach. One day, Daniel met an old marathon coach named Mr. Lawson, who had trained many successful athletes. Impressed by Daniel's determination, he agreed to train him, but warned him that the journey would be tough. Daniel accepted the challenge. His training was intense: morning runs, strength exercises, and mental conditioning. There were days when his leg hurt so badly that he thought about quitting, but every time he remembered his father's words. Finally, after nearly 2 years of relentless effort, Daniel signed up for a major marathon. He knew he wasn't as fast as he used to be, but his goal was not to win. It was to prove to himself that he could finish. The day of the marathon arrived. As Daniel stood at the starting line, he felt a mix of excitement and nerves. When the race began, he started at a steady pace, focusing on each step. The first few miles were smooth, but as the distance increased, so did the pain in his leg. His old injury flared up, and for a moment, he thought he might have to stop. Then, he saw a little boy holding a sign that read, "Never give up." It reminded him of his own journey, of all the pain he had endured, and how far he had come. He took a deep breath and pushed forward. As he neared the final stretch, exhaustion threatened to overwhelm him, but the cheers of the crowd kept him going. When he finally crossed the finish line, he collapsed to his knees, overwhelmed with emotion. He hadn't won first place, but in his heart, he had won a much greater battle, the battle against self-doubt and defeat. The town celebrated his perseverance, and Daniel's story inspired many. He became a motivational speaker, sharing his journey with young athletes and those facing difficulties in life. He proved that setbacks are just setups for comebacks. No matter how many times life knocks you down, what truly matters is that you rise again.